The trends are showing that Kapil Misra currently is leading from Karawal Nagar. The BJP is strong in 41 seats. Arun Dhanda joining us from the BJP office. Yes, Arun. Revdi hai, jalebi hai.
Well, Jalebi hasn't ordered yet, but they are going to order it soon. That's what Virendra Sachdeva has told us. Let me quickly show you a glimpse. This is outside the BJP office. You can see these dhol nagadas are already here. Though the workers of BJP still to join them. You can see few of them, 3 or 4 workers around these dhol and nagadas, and this has already been started. In fact, once they will get the permission to go inside the BJP office, then you will see them going inside. But of course, the leaders like Virendra Sachdeva, Harsh Malhotra, they all have started arriving here at BJP office.
So let's contrast this with the AAP office. Let's contrast these pictures, if we can, with the AAP office. Anshul is also there. Arun, stay on with us. Yes, Anshul.
So yes, as you rightly mentioned, there is a drastic contrast out here outside the Aam Aadmi Party office. I'll just try and show you the stage that was set up this morning is still absolutely empty. Since morning, the only person who has gotten up on stage was the person who went ahead to check the mics over here. And since then, the entire environment over here is right outside the Aam Aadmi Party office is absolutely somber. Just a few moments ago, this news broke that Arvind Kejriwal is leading by a few votes, and then there was a little celebration that happened over here. But at this point in time, neither the workers nor any leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party has yet turned up at the Aam Aadmi Party office out here in the national capital. I'll just try and take in a word from a few workers of the Aam Aadmi Party. भैया क्या लग रहा है ये रुझान देख करके? ऐसा लग रहा है कि इस बार तो बहुत बुरी हार होने वाली है।
ऐसे नहीं लग रहा है, अभी तो है ना अर्ली ट्रेंड्स है, अभी फाइनल हो गए, लेकिन आगे आगे देखिए रिजल्ट विल चेंज।
केजरीवाल जी का भी ज्यादा अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है। 2000 वोट से तीन राउंड के बाद
थोड़ा मार्जिन तो कम रहेंगे, लेकिन जीतते तो आम आदमी
2000 नहीं 223 वोट है।
100%।
223 वोट है, 223 वोट से जीत रहे हैं, वो भी आप स्ट्रॉन्ग होल्ड बूथ से
223 वोट से।
वी शुड नॉट जंप द गन्स एज ऑफ नाउ, वी हैव टू वेट एंड वॉच। अभी टाइम बाकी है, सो आम आदमी पार्टी इज लीडिंग।
ऑलराइट, ओके, बहुत कम मार्जिन है, तो कुछ मार्जिन नहीं,
वो तो पहले से पता है। इस बार थोड़ा मार्जिन थोड़ा हर एक का थोड़ा कम ही रहेगा। परवेश वर्मा तो हारने वाला है।
आपको मिला?
हमें नहीं चाहिए, हमें बीजेपी का नहीं चाहिए, हमें केजरीवाल जैसे नेता मुख्यमंत्री चाहिए। हमें क्या है,
तो वोट दिया था आपने, फिर ऐसी क्या हालत हो गई है?
दिल्ली दिल से केजरीवाल फिर से, आई लव केजरीवाल। बिजली बिल जीरो, केजरीवाल हीरो। बीजेपी देगा धोखा, केजरीवाल देगा मौका। घर घर झाड़ू हुआ, घर भर केजरीवाल।
अब लेट हो गया।
Good. No. Okay, that's a passionate Aam Aadmi Party supporter and an Aam Aadmi Party voter, and they're keeping their hopes up. But like Smita Prakash was saying, that they have got the update. Nalin Mehta was saying at Money Control that they've got the update that the booths in New Delhi constituency that have been counted so far have been the AAP strongholds, and that's where Arvind Kejriwal is leading by a slender 224 votes. The BJP stronghold booths could be opened now. Will there be a change in scenario, or will only Parvesh Verma consolidate that lead? We'll have to wait and watch, because that will be the giant killer. Parvesh Verma, if he defeats Arvind Kejriwal and Sandeep Dixit, emerges as a giant killer here. Key race alert. As of now, Mr. Kejriwal is leading from New Delhi. We'll see if he holds on to this lead, further strengthens it, and if there is a reversal in the Aam Aadmi's fortunes compared to what's happened in the first 2.5 hours of result day Delhi, battle for Delhi. Still round 4, that's where they are as far as New Delhi, out of 13 rounds, but slowly and gradually, somewhere we can see the shift in the mood and momentum. What the Congress is telling the AAP as it's taking jibes, what the AAP is actually saying at the AAP headquarters in Delhi, and what the mood is at the Delhi BJP office. These pictures speak for themselves. Satyendra Jain was leading earlier, now is trailing. Some key results. Milkipur. Quick update on Milkipur.
Coming from Milkipur.
Paswan is of the BJP is leading. It's a reserved constituency, and Samajwadi Party's Ajit Prasad. He's the son of the
24,000 votes.
Yeah,
that
so
the BJP
clear
is ahead. The grudge match.
Yeah.
The BJP winning that grudge match. Batenge to katenge. Mr. Yogi made that his leitmotif, and it appears that Ramnagari at least is responding to that. This is a big one, big dent really for the India bloc here, because the Samajwadi Party, the Congress, everyone came together, isn't it, Smita
And in
Prakash.
spite of reciting the Hanuman Chalisa on camera and all that, in spite of that, Samajwadi Party has not managed to make a dent. It matters to the people, you know, when the reporters were going there and saying that, "Aap kyun nahi Ayodhya Mandir ja rahe? Why aren't you all going to the Ayodhya Mandir?" These kind of things matter to people. You know, some of us city folk may not understand these deep sentiments which work in the minds of the voters. It does work. It does matter to them, and Samajwadi Party didn't do enough, obviously.
And they've been building up this whole business of how the Kumbh was, horribly managed, and how Hindus have been insulted.
Bodies are floating. The bodies of the dead are floating in the Kumbh. It is dirty. How could Jaya Bachchan say this? You know, considering that her husband is from formerly known as Allahabad, now Prayagraj. I mean, her in-laws are from that place. For her to say bodies were floating in the Ganga, I mean, if anybody goes to Kumbh, sees the management, of course an accident has happened, which is terrible, but bodies of the dead floating.
I was there yesterday, day before evening, and yesterday morning I did the dip and the snan at 5:15 a.m. At 5:15 a.m. the ghats on both sides of Sangam and all sides were full with people. And yes, it's crowded. There are terrace traffic, yes, but nobody is complaining. Everybody is finally finding their way to that place, and there is arrangement for everybody.
So how do you explain this Milkipur? And was there resonance amongst the pilgrims there of what the Samajwadi Party was saying? Was there fear
I
that
don't
they were going
think
to be
they are
trampled
bothered
again?
about who's saying what. It's about what they have decided they want to do. And that's exactly what's happening. You were saying it's a grudge match or not a grudge match. In Uttar Pradesh, on ground, there is a sentiment for Yogi Adityanath, which is very, very positive, because a small city and a temporary city, a city like Prayagraj and also a temporary place like Kumbh city, tent city, to be able to accommodate, facilitate nearly 1 crore devotees on a daily basis.
So this is the second
Is
time
not a small
after the
thing.
Lok Sabha elections, Anand,
it's a big
that
story.
Mr. Yogi Adityanath has said what happened in the Lok Sabha was an aberration. It was because of other factors that I could not control. Would you go around with that? Would you say that
Don't you see that? Don't you see that manifest? Don't you see that manifest in Haryana, Maharashtra and in Delhi, that there were factors beyond their control that happened, that manifest?
Now it looks
After
like a blip.
that, look at the bypolls
Now
which
it
happened.
looks like a blip, yeah.
The bypolls in Uttar Pradesh, what happened there? The BJP came back so strongly and they won even
That's
in
what I'm saying. This
Samajwadi
is the
Party
second
stronghold.
election that Yogi Adityanath would have sort of come out and said, look, you allowed me a free hand, and what happened in the Lok Sabha beyond my control has been now reversed.
What did he speak about when he came to Delhi?
Yes.
He said there is a Yogi model of governance in Uttar Pradesh. Agar UP mein kar sakte hain, to Delhi mein kyun nahi? That's what he turned around and said, as he even further localized the
I'll
election.
tell you one thing though, 43% vote share up, they are not going to be wiped out. They're not gone. I think Arvind Kejriwal, anyway, he likes to talk and like do his thing. He'll maybe even he doesn't have to run Delhi now, so he can get away with more things, saying more things, and grow his national party. It may not be such a bad thing.
Chetan, what do you think he'll do if he's not going to be sitting in the Delhi Assembly?
No, but he can promote the party elsewhere.
No, if he doesn't lose,
For
that
the
is.
first time,
Even if he
He
wins.
doesn't lose.
for the first time, his he will be tested. His maturity and resilience will be tested. He has never lost.
Yeah.
In his territory, he has never lost. This is the first time that if he loses, he will sit out his maturity. Nalin was talking about BJP acting like a startup, like a nimble startup which learns its lessons and, course correct.
So come back to
Can
that question
AAP
that
do
you
that?
raised, Anand. The question
not-
that you asked,
Ji.
is this a pro-BJP vote, anti-AAP vote? Is it somewhere in
Somewhere, see,
between?
after-
and secondly, just to
Yeah.
ask you this, I want to make this point now. If Mr. Kejriwal also loses, his party looks as if it's been wiped out this time. If he also loses, is this the end of Mr. Clean Kejriwal as we know him from the projections that he makes?
We should not write off the AAP, Rahul. We should not write off the AAP. Neither should we write off Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. But Mr. Arvind Kejriwal and the AAP will have to recalibrate, and they will have to go back to becoming the AAP of 2013 and 2015, and they will have to go back and not be the AAP of 2025.
I'm not writing off, but
No.
the BJP might begin to think that this is actually a vote in favor of the fact that the BJP demanded accountability from the AAP on transparency, and the AAP has failed even in the eyes of the public. So those cases are legitimate. And will Mr. Kejriwal therefore, there was a poster, cheeky poster that was put outside Tihar. Aayenge to sirf Kejriwal. This was outside Tihar. Now, is this going to give the BJP perhaps
there is a stronger.
I think Rahul is making a valid point. I think it will give the BJP the confidence to say, look, people of Delhi have bought into what we said, that he's not holier than thou, he is corrupt, and therefore there will be more cases, I think.
Why should this be linked to electoral?
The skeletons will come out when the regime changes,
why should this be linked to electoral victory or loss? In that case,
because Mr. Kejriwal made it.
But what happens, Zaka, is that
there are at least 18 CAG reports.
Just one second. I just want to say, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is out on bail on charges of corruption since 2015. True. How many elections has he won for the BJP to prosecute him or not prosecute him? So a charge of corruption and a case which is in Delhi, and he's out on bail for 10 years now.
It's getting closer now. It's 38, 32.
32, 38. So this will keep flipping. Manjinder Sirsa has said after he's only tweeted after 7 rounds, I'm leading by 9,368 votes. That's what Manjinder Sirsa.
That's a big number in a closely contested.
Has said. Yes, Griha. Yes, Griha.
Update on Manish Sisodia, Jangpura also,
he's also
we are getting a lead, and that lead has gone up to 4,600 votes. This is the 4th round, and we're also getting an update of Delhi Can. This is becoming a neck and neck. Right now the 4th round is on, and AAP has got a lead. Mr. Kadian has a lead by 392 votes. Another update on Shakur Basti. We do not know the number of votes that Satyendra Jain has a lead on, but he's back to leading. 4th round is happening over there also. Another update from Madhipur, where we have an AAP candidate, Rakhi Birla, but she also has just a lead margin of 46 votes.
46 votes.
37-33.
So the leads are very slender as more and more rounds of counting and particular booths in certain constituencies are opening. The Aam Aadmi Party playing a quick catch-up. So the BJP just too clear of the halfway mark. A magic reversal that's happened from 25 and 42, which was seen a short while ago, to 33 and 37. It's suddenly becoming neck and neck, and the Aam Aadmi Party clawing its way back. So as more and more rounds, 13 rounds will happen.
Yeah,
so we are into the 4th round overall.
Coming back. So in Patel Nagar, for example, the AAP candidate is coming back. The AAP candidate is Parvesh Ratna. And then again in Rajendra Nagar, Durgesh Pathak of the Aam Aadmi Party clawing his way back. You also heard from Griha a moment ago, Mr. Sisodia is back in the lead. So 37-33 is where it is right now. In Shakur Basti again, Mr. Jain was trailing. He's come back into the lead. In the neighbouring constituency of Madhipur, Rakhi Birla, the former speaker, she was trailing about 10 minutes ago. She's now back again in the lead. And of course, you go back to old Delhi constituencies, AAP is leading in Chandni Chowk, it is leading in Balimaran, it is leading in Matia Mahal, it is leading in Karol Bagh, it is leading in Sadar Bazaar. So I think there's some, back and forth that is going. Now it's 38-32. You're going to see a lot of this. You're going to see a lot of this.
Well, BL Santosh has tweeted saying, as of now, effect of sheesh mahal and sense of betrayal clearly visible all over.
That's what I was saying. See, this is the point that I'm making. This will, forget about, I'm not talking about the legal system and all of that. I'm talking about the public, BJP interface with the public and their campaign. They will say that, no, these guys need to be brought to account. The people of Delhi have given us the mandate to ensure that the people who looted Delhi are punished. I'm not saying that that will have an influence on the legal system and the way it works, but it gives the BJP that ammunition it needs to take the moral high ground on corruption in Delhi. But one second, I just want to make a point, Anand, and let's just focus on these numbers. Look, fundamentally, most of the polls gave this 28 to 42.
Yeah.
If you remember. There were only a few that went sort of beyond that. But it's 28-42. That range is pretty much holding forth here, number one.
Yes,
number
and the
two,
BJP will back to consolidating. So it will slowly come back.
As I said, even if the AAP gets 42% of the vote, that means less than 1.5, just about, there are a significant number of voters who have voted for the AAP. So this narrow business will continue, but the BJP will eventually triumph because it will have that 6 or 7% vote share advantage. If it falls to 2%, then all bets are off.
No, it's again 39-31. See, what happens is, if the BJP is getting about 48% vote share, 47-48% vote share, then the seat share will by default go up.
A 6% margin means that it will be a clear.
And I'll tell you, these numbers will consolidate, but the parties have their own internal calculations as booths are being opened, and they will be doing their calculations. That's why I said between 9:30, 10, you'd start seeing whispers, murmurs, conversations, body language, and you see where the body language is. Nobody has jumped the gun. They've all waited 2.5 hours before they have started saying their piece. Now, again, the BJP closer to 40 now, 39, 31 is the
so
story.
I just said Raki Birla was leading, now she's trailing.
Trailing, because she was leading only by 46 votes when Griha gave us the update.
So now she's trailing. Also in the neighbouring constituency of Mangolpuri, the BJP candidate there is leading. The flip has again happened in Sultanpur Majra. Now the BJP candidate is leading again there. So you will see a lot of this up until noon at least, I think.
Yeah, this is the contrast. No, Zaka, in 2020, there were no flips.
Yeah, correct.
The AAP started leading and they continued to lead and continued to build on the lead.
Correct.
There was no other flip ki idhar ho raha, idhar ho raha. These tight contests also show that it's not easy to buck anti-incumbency. And you may give whatever doles you want. You have to stand up on governance. Unless you are seen as someone who's standing up on governance and you have a clean image yourself, you will not be above suspicion and above reprimand. Abhijit.
Yeah, that, you know, AAP was like a unicorn, the magical figure with one horn. Now, and it was believed that they are above corruption, they are sort of incorruptible, etc. Now that horn has broken, because of the corruption allegations, because of the Shishmal allegations, and it's like any other horse or a quadruped. You know.
If you were the Congress, what is more important to you? BJP loses or AAP loses?
AAP.
Absolutely AAP. We had a senior Congress leader, Nalin is here in the studios, who came to our studios and he said, for us, defeating the AAP is more important because they've taken away our vote bank.
And that 7% vote share that the Congress has, which is a 4% bump, is exactly what AAP and BJP difference is right now. So if they had come together, it could have been a very easy AAP victory. Because it looks like they're already 30.
So let's just crunch some numbers. Let's crunch the numbers. The total number of voters that have voted this election, remember, are lower than what they did in the previous election, right? I'm just trying to get that number. Somehow the internet is flaky on me. But the point is that now, with 5 rounds counted out of 15, if the margins are 3,000, 4,000, those are significant margins. Because we're only looking at about, you know, possibly around that much, you know. So even a 5,000 to 10,000 margin is very significant. To catch up in that, in a tight sort of contest, difficult.
So look at the lower income group. We were talking about this. Half of Delhi is low income, 32 out of 70 seats. BJP at 17, AAP at 15. But like I keep saying all the time, look at the figure next to it. 14 out of this. So BJP had only 3 out of these seats in 2020. They've got 14 pickups. So 17 lower income group seats BJP is leading in and AAP is leading in 15. I just want to quickly also go through the women one. High women turnout, that's 41 seats. Out of that, again, the AAP I think is leading there. The AAP is leading in 22 and the BJP in 19. But remember for the BJP, I think it's a flip again. It's the BJP that's leading in 22 and the AAP in 19. So even in the women's seats, the AAP seems to have lost quite a bit.
So can we look at Kalkaji once? I just want to annotate that point. Let's have a look at Kalkaji, and can we also get the margins there? Kalkaji, who's leading right now?
Right now, Mr. Biduri is still leading. Last time we checked with Griha, we can
So
go back to
only
Griha.
1
I think it
lakh-
was about 1,100 votes.
So what you had here was 57 plus 49. Can you just do the math on that? That's roughly 1,08,000-9,000 votes.
Yeah,
Those are the total.
1,00,000 votes everywhere is going to matter so much.
No,
and the women voters got divided in this constituency.
So just 1 second. 57,000 and 49,000 were male and female voters. Just do the maths. That's about 1,10,000.
1,60,000.
1,06,000 total number of votes polled. Now, if you have a lead of 3,000 in that, that is significant. 3% lead, that means it's going to be difficult to erode that lead.
So considering only half the votes are counted,
Yes.
or like 30,000 votes are counted,
Yes.
3,000 lead is a big lead.
So which means Mr. Biduri is kind of through, right?
He could be through.
Because
It's looking difficult for Atishi. Let's put it that way. It's looking difficult for Atishi. He'll need some sort of now momentum shift to happen, which no one has seen. Now,
So third
Nalin
woman
was
chief
telling
minister
us,
bites the dust then in...
No, hang on. Just wait. Just hold your
Because
horses.
she's not going to come back as chief minister
Only 5
anyway,
rounds,
no.
to be fair to her. And Nalin was saying that right now the booths that are being counted are supposedly from AAP-dominated polling areas. So well, you know.
Other thing is that what has happened in the New Delhi constituency is a lot of it is government people, right? Many of them are not the same voters as they were 5 years ago.
Oh,
There's been a
yes.
change over there. So the demographic of the New Delhi constituency, which is a small constituency of about 1 lakh people, that has changed significantly in the last 5 years. That's one major reason also why Kejriwal is
It's a very good point.
Oh, there's one more point on this I want to make, is that what you're saying is about the change in demographics. There were the bastis in that area. Many of them got pakka housing. So when they got pakka housing, they moved out of the New Delhi constituency. So somewhere a flip side is that you give them pakka housing, they move out of there. So though they might vote for you, for your party, they're voting from another constituency and not in that area.
Some of the pakka houses there, the slums that were regularized in Gold Market, for example, was done during Sheila Dikshit's time. And Sandeep has some residual goodwill. So even if he takes away 10,000 votes in a constituency of 1 lakh, that's 10% of the vote that he's taking away.
Sanjay Raut has already
number.
said. Sanjay Raut has already said blame the Congress for it.
No, whether they blame the Congress. See, Sanjay Raut was sitting with Rahul Gandhi yesterday, and today he's blamed the Congress for it.
Blame the AAP for not taking support of the Congress.
Blame the AAP for not. See, but look at this. Just one second. I'm just saying, if these numbers say at 37 and 39, you think the Congress has a chance even in Delhi or to even seize the narrative? Arvind Kejriwal is a master. He dethroned the Congress by playing opposition. He dethroned the Congress. Now,
I'm waiting
with
for
30
Rahul Gandhi
seats,
to come out
28,
and
30
blame
seats,
whom?
he'll still be strong in Delhi. He will go back to doing what he did as an activist, and he will still steal a march from the Congress
now he's
party.
trailing. Now Mr. Kejriwal is trailing. Mr.
If
Parvesh
Kejriwal
Verma is
loses,
leading.
if Kejriwal loses and he is not in the Delhi Vidhan Sabha, he's not inside the secretariat, then the AAP has a problem.
Again, we can check with Griha what the numbers are.
5 rounds.
He'll become a
No.
Hello,
From
5
playing
rounds
the
of
politics
counting.
on ground, being the leader of the people, masses going
5
back to being an
rounds
actor.
of
That won't
counting, the man who wore the crown for the AAP for all these years, if he is in the battle of his life, I'm not calling it, the battle, if he's in the trenches right now, can't put his head over the parapet, you've got a problem.
He's trailing by 225 votes, and I think now the BJP booths will start getting being counted. So it's actually the AAP booths have been counted already. Nalin and then Griha.
I want to come back to the point that Zaka was making. We had a senior Congress leader we spoke to who came to our office as well. Congress is right now at 6.79% vote share, which is about 2.5% more than what they had last time. If you see Sandeep Dikshit's campaign, you see some of the other Delhi unit congressmen who fought this campaign, they were basically fighting. Their thing was BJP जीतेगी तो हमारी राजनीति बचेगी अगली बार. So they have almost worked like the B team of the BJP without necessarily saying so. This is very much different from how the central leadership has approached it. So if BJP wins, there will be many people in Congress who will be celebrating.
Who will be celebrating? But I'm just saying, with 30 seats, 27 to 30 seats as of now, the Arvind Kejriwal will say that, look, let me go back to doing what I did best. Let me become the voice of be an activist and try and be an activist all across on ground and continue. Yeah, the money, the funds,
But
all
what
of that
are you
won't be
going to
there.
be an activist
But if
for?
Arvind, no, but
Clean
if,
politics?
He's going to have to find
I'm
some
just saying
issues in
to
Delhi.
rebrand
What
their
issues?
politics and go
He's
back.
gonna have to find
But for
issues in
that,
Delhi.
he needs to win. He needs to win his seat. If he
Where
doesn't
does
really
Usman
be
will
loses.
rise?
Very
Where
nervous
is
man
Rishi?
taking
Yeah, because otherwise it's straight to Punjab.
Anand.
Bye Delhi. I am here, Punjab. Here I come. That's what's
Bhagwan
going
and
to happen.
Raghav Chadda are going to be very nervous today.
Yes. I want to add 2 more points about the Congress. See, it's not about the 6-7% they've got now. Their thing was the voter who is with the AAP or with the Congress is
Should come
basically
back
the same
coming back.
voter.
Yeah, they should
The
come back
AAP
to us.
basically took away the Congress voter. This is the anti-BJP voter.
Yes.
It has not come back to Congress because they don't feel Congress has a chance to win. But if Congress starts, if AAP loses, then that voter has a better chance of coming to Congress saying, let's give these guys a chance. So that's one. B, I agree with Smita, the Congress is more gung-ho what will happen in Punjab than what will happen in Delhi as a result of the Delhi
I want to
election.
make a point here. Don't write off the BJP in Punjab either. And I just want to also make a small other point, which is important. The BJP is caught up against a non-Congress party. This is not something the BJP is very good at. The conversion rates against non-Congress parties or third parties or whatever you want to call them is not very good. So the BJP winning this is a huge boost for its prospects.
I think that changes after Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh, except for Bengal and also Tamil Nadu, where the BJP has not been able to do well, and Kerala. 3 states will be there, but most of the other places, the BJP now can
Odisha.
claim to be able to beat Odisha. So beat a non-Congress party.
So this cements, and in Jammu, It
Yeah.
was up against the Congress, where it knocked the stuffings out
Yeah,
of the
not
Congress.
the stuffing. Yes, Griha. Just sorry. Yes, Griha. Coming back.
Yes, so we've already mentioned how Arvind Kejriwal is trailing. 6th round of counting that has happened, 13 only to happen in New Delhi. So that's how neck and neck this is going to be, because the margin of votes is really reducing. We also have an update on Somnath Bharti, where the 4th round of counting is happening, 2100 votes, where he is in fact trailing. And Atishi, you were asking, it's the 4th round of counting, 2800 votes that she also is trailing on. Another update that we can get you from Deoli, 8th round of counting there, Zaka and Anand, Aam Aadmi Party's candidate Prem Chauhan is leading by 20,000. So that's some
What
sliver of
about
hope for Aam Aadmi
Greater
Party.
Kailash, Saurav
Greater
Bharadwaj?
Kailash, okay, there was another upset there. Saurav Bharadwaj, in fact, has been trailing by over 4,400 votes, and this is the
4,400
5th
votes.
round
Whoa.
of counting that is happening
that's
in
a
GK.
big setback there, because he's seen to be a clean, good leader, providing good governance. Mustafabad BJP candidate leading by 36,000 votes. Mustafabad BJP candidate leading by 36,000 votes. Let's go across.
AAP would be at 35.
Yeah, at 35.
So it's the big guys.
Yeah,
It's the big guys.
It's the
that are letting
big
the
guys who are
BJP up
collapsing. Yes, who are collapsing.